You wanted your questions answered, and I'm ready to answer some questions. It's time for the 7K Q&A, and due to the fact that I've still got that one strike on my channel, the fact that there's actually been 50 minutes, so I couldn't do all single one of your questions, so sorry about that, but to make it up for you guys, I am actually going to try and answer all your questions in the description as well. So I'm going to be doing like the ones on here, and the most kind of like best ones on here. I'm going to kind of do a best of the kind of comments on there, and then we're going to answer the rest of your questions and all that. But yeah, that's sorry about if that's the case and all that, but we're going to start off with Emmanuel and Susie. Hi Panda, I want to know how you think the anime industry will differ in 10 years from now, and you think you'll still be watching anime. Of course I'll be watching 10 years from now of anime, but to talk about the industry, I mean, considering that the fact that we've already seen a huge change with like, now look at Crunchyroll and Funimation, where we have these streaming sites that are the main way how a lot of people nowadays watch their stuff and like online, and it's like, you know, we're adapting it. It's the same thing with gaming and all that as well. Like, you know, we've got still like environments now like Steam as well that works with it. Like the same thing with PSN, Xbox Live. You know, a lot of people kind of buy their games digitally now, and it can work, you know, either way. And it's like, it's very interesting for the fact when you consider it. And I think, you know, we're still going to be having physical copies. I think physical copies are always going to be needed in the world, but it's definitely working more towards like a digital market, and it'll be interesting to see both on gaming side and also on that side when, like, you know, if like digital does pass them as well. So we're going to be going on there. From Ernest Pimentel, which series that you currently review do you want to continue on forever? One that I don't review though, but I want to continue on forever is Detective Conan. I definitely want that to go on. Fuck it, like turn Jimmy back into normal, to have all the stuff with like the black organizations that just keep continuing doing all the stuff, all the like the cases and all that. I don't care. That shit is amazing regardless and all that. Actually though, I wouldn't want any of them to continue on forever. As much as I love Gintama, and that's going to hurt me once that ends, like, you know, either this year or the late bit of, you know, early next year. Same thing with Berserk, same thing with One Punch Man, Fairy Tail. I like pretty much a good majority of stuff I review, but it's, you know, like, look at Dragon Ball, like, you know, like how like Toriyama was just like keep getting forced to make another saga, and he was miserable. And let's look at the Dragon Ball Super. I'm not like the movies are like really good because obviously he wasn't forced and he didn't have time restraints and all that, but look at the fucking quality of Dragon Ball Super. It's fucking horrific. And I'm not talking about Trunk stuff since it isn't finished, but like Universe 6 is like, how do you fuck up like a fucking tournament arc? So it's just like, that's enough going to be said on there. Soul Madness, number one waifu, obviously Juvia from like Fairy Tail, although like I've got to say Mira Jane was kind of lurking up there for a while because she was being a bit of the babe. But yeah, Shiny Silver, who's your OTP in Gintama? It's Gintoki and Sukiya because they're the fucking best, and I don't think anyone's going to really disagree with that pairing at all. For Netherworld, that bastard and all that, let's see what he's got to say. 7,284 already, my main man Panda blown up, and I love it. Since normally I put a shitty joke question, yes, you normally put in like, oh, what's it like with Korra and Yajirobe having sex while they're doing Limbo in Dragon Ball Super or some shit like that. That's what you normally put. I'm going to ask a serious question. Alright, let's see what you fucking got. What are your thoughts and predictions regarding the UK leading the EU? Oh shit, he did have a serious question. Okay, serious mode on. The fact of this, okay, so I'm gonna be serious with this stuff, alright, so like kind of get most of the jokes out of it. The fact that is that I don't know too much about, you know, politics and all that. I'm not a very clever person, I know you guys can tell that. The fact that, you know, I didn't know like too much about from both sides and all that. However though, I will say this straight up and all that. Immigration is a serious problem here. It is way too easy for people to get around here, and we have been taking a lot of fucking shit for it. And, you know, a lot of people have been kind of looking like, oh, you're fucking bigots because you don't help. No, we help it. We love, like, you know, we're like one of the most loving and caring like countries where, like, you know, how many people have been coming here, but it's like the fact that people will come here and like get a free house for food, you know, to live off the taxes and all that, taxpayers' money, and it pisses me off and all that. It absolutely aggravates the fuck out of me like that, and it's not everyone that does that, you know. Like my best friends and all that, like, who come from Portugal, moved over here, and guess what? Do you know what they did? They worked their fucking asses off. They did it, and they're fucking amazing people and all that, and they're absolutely fantastic for that and all that, and I love them bastards like that. They're absolutely fantastic, you know. Like, Marcus is still always gonna be a great mate of mine, and especially, you know, Marcelo as well. But like, coming from it, it's just like that you think about it, like the fact like that, it's like, you know, let's be honest here, like that, it is a big problem here. It is seriously a big problem, and I hate the fact that anyone just says anything about it. Oh, you're a fucking bigot. Oh, you're a racist. It's like, no, it's not the point. Like that, it's just like, we're not saying get rid of it and build a fucking wall around UK. I'm just saying enforce the rules so a lot of shit like this don't happen, and get rid of the fucking people that are just living off it. Like, you know, that's just the simple fact of it. That's all I'm saying about it. And the whole thing about Cameron leaving, Cameron's a fucking coward, because the fact that he lost, which, let's be honest, that's a straight that, it's like, I'm not the right person to, no, a bunch of people lost and all that, and it's like, they couldn't accept it, and, you know, they didn't want to live in that kind of, like, environment and all that, so a bunch of people left and all that, and he's leaving very soon, I think in October. It's just like, it just looks to me, it's like, it's such a cowardly way out, and it's like, wouldn't you be a greater Prime Minister in saying, like, alright, I accept it and all that, however, I'm going to do everything in my power to try and help with this shit. No, you're leaving because you can't fucking do it. You've had it up to here, and you think the people have done wrong, and you're a fucking coward, David Cameron. So, yeah, we're going back to serious, you know, after that, we're going back to comedy mode, you know, like, we're going back to that, so, you know, thanks for that. Ace Grit, hi, what's your favourite and least favourite Yu-Gi-Oh card? Ooh, I get to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Ooh, I get to talk about, Red Eyes, Black Dragon, of course, because, Red Eyes is always the coolest, and that's mainly because I'm such a big Joey fan, to be honest, but, you think about it, I love it, I love that card because it turns into darkness, it turns into metal darkness, and most hated is probably the one from one of my most hated episodes, which is like the Moki King episode from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. That is such a pointless and shit episode, and it's a fucking crap card, and I hate that it's like even got like grounded into that corner. From Underrated Gamer, are you a weeaboo? I'm going to answer a question through a question. How's those clickbait videos doing for you, mate? I mean, it's alright, you don't have to hide it, let's be honest. I mean, the reason you make them that short and you also tighten them like that is to trick people to think that they're actual, like, scenes from the anime instead of episodes, so it's alright, man. It's okay. Daisy-kun, you remind me of the Komen's best friend, Takumi from Kamen. Why? Because I'm fucking got brown hair and I'm fat. Ah, it's so true. So hope you don't get shot out first and all that. So for my questions, how many body pillows do you own? Be honest. I'm gonna be like cross my fucking heart, hope to die and shit on this. But here's the thing about it. From my perspective, is that having having a body pillow and all that. If you want to wank, just, you know, open a Pornhub like link and just go at it there. You know, if you're lonely and you haven't got someone in your life or something like that. Like, to me, having a body pillow is like one of the most saddest things you can get. Like that's the kind of mentality that a lot of people will have, that all anime fans have that, and it's like, no, but I don't want, like, you know, if I wanted to look at like Chudia, I wouldn't have her on a fucking like body pillow. I'd just go and click on some hentai link or something, like, you know, like, to me it's just like, I don't know, it's sad to me. It's just sad, and you know, if your friends got it because it was a joke and all that, like, you know, had that shit, then that's fine, but to me it looks really, really sad. I'm gonna be straight up and honest, so yeah, that's why I don't have one, like, and I never will, like, my pride won't let me. By this farm video, congratulations on 7K. Me and my friends all just recently started our own separate YouTube channels. So my question is, do you have any advice for us, tips for us newbies? One, don't be me. I have terrible editing skills. My friends always call me out on this, and it's like, I've always used the excuse, oh, I'm busy and all that. Like, oh, you're at work, you know, like, no, I've always been shit and all that, and like, it's something I need to improve on. Well, everyone's going to be crap at first. I just wanted to like get you straight out there and all that. Like, I know that's like a disencouragement right there. Everyone's going to be crap at first. Everyone improves after finding their own style, what works right, what doesn't work right. I feel like, you know, like, also as well, don't be afraid to say your own opinion and say yourself. Don't be like a blind sheep just because they say, example here, oh, One Piece is the best thing since sliced bread, like that, it's coming into it. Like, don't be forced to do it. If you don't like it, just say it. Or like, if you have issues with the series and you point it out, but you still look at the positives and the negatives of it, you know, do that. And that's just me personally and all that, but it's like, me, I don't want to like fucking lie straight up to people, because like, that's the thing, you've got to consider like, commenters and all that, and like subscribers and all that are smarter. Like, they're not just little text boxes that you see at the end of the day. They're real people at the end of the day, and that's the thing you got to think about it. Real people have minds, they have brains, and they fucking know and say their own opinions at the end of the day. So you do get some troll. Yeah, don't get discouraged by trolls as well. Like, you know, like, how many do I get? Oh, you're fat, you're ugly, you wear glasses, you're a nerd. You know, like, how many have I heard at this point? I'm like, wow. The only thing, I'm more disappointed that you didn't use more creative, like, insults. That's the only thing I'm more insulted by. It's like, come on, man. Like, you gotta give me some stuff here and all that. You know, bring up some stuff about, you know, like, anything else and all that, like that. But a blemish I've got on the side, or, like, you know, anything like that. But, yeah, everyone's gonna start terrible first. But since, this is only I can give recommendations to me, as since I'm a reviewer of seasonal stuff and a reviewer of manga and anime that is mainly weekly, monthly. is consistency as well. Like, for me as well, I like to really keep up with my series. I like to keep up with my consistency. I feel like that works well with me. Discussions and all that. Personally, I know I'm like the fairy tale guy. Like, some people say that, although I don't really feel myself as a fairy tale guy. It's like, what, I had like 1 or 2 fairy tale videos I did well. So it's like, people say what they say, but like, regardless of what, like, I don't feel like, feel that's my shoes at all. Like, yeah, if it is, then that's fine. But like, coming into it, it's like, yeah, just talk about the stuff you want to talk about, you know, express what you want to express and all that, you know, say what you want to say, like, you know, it's that YouTube's there to have that expression and all that, to do it for it. Like, I feel like that's what you should always do and never be intimidated or, like, peer pressured into saying whatever you want to say. So, yeah, it's a long question, but it's a one that needed to be answered and all that, and, like, yeah, thank you very much for that. That was a really, really good question, so I'd like to thank you for that and all that. Jack Frost, what's your favourite game of all time? And congrats on 7k subs. Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 3, I could gosh for hours. I'm not going to though. Devil May Cry 3 is fucking fantastic. It's the one game though that taught me how to really play games and, like, you know, learn that there's more to them and all that than just like cool action moments. It's the one game like I mastered, fucking mastered. You see those combo videos? That was me back in the day, so I'm gonna be doing that. From Maytante XX, when do you plan to get back into Detective Conan? I want to get back into it as soon, since I finished catching up with Berserk. The next thing on the list is JoJo, but I gotta go and see part 5 and, you know, 6 and 7 and all that, and maybe might wait for part 8 when that's done, but, like, you know, at least the Bourbon arc as a whole. I think that's where I'm at the moment, because, like, there's a guy with glasses that's, like, apparently Bourbon, and I don't know, there's some suspicion going around there, and, like, I'm hearing that if perhaps maybe that one guy that died, it's like, it's crazy. I'm hearing a bunch of stuff. I kept my way away from it. And who's your favorite male and female Gintama character as well? So yeah, Gintoki, because I don't think anyone's gonna say no to that, and Sukiya, because Sukiya is fucking amazing. But I want to get into Conan. Would I review it? Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know. I don't really see a big request for it, but I know you definitely watch it, and, you know, I'd look forward to it. I'd have a lot of fun doing it. And we're gonna get in 2 more questions right now, and we're gonna have James Hansen here, this little bastard right here. Who's a better character, Ichigo or Natsu? Who's the shinier out of 2 turds? Like, honestly, I think like, the thing is, like, Ichigo's had some good moments and he's had some really awesome fights. Natsu's had some very controversial moments, but then as well, I teared up to the Acneal part, and I feel like that gives it a little way to like, I had a little bit more emotional thing with that, but, like, regardless of what, like, both have fucking issues, I'm not gonna lie. So it's like, it's asking at the end of the day, who's the shinier out of 2 turds? Like, and it's just, that's how it is and all that. And it's not the main reason why I love Fairy Tail of, like, is Natsu, and it's not, like, you know, and it's like, you could say the same thing as well, like, why I enjoy Bleach is not because I think Ichigo's a great character, which he fucking isn't, but, like, you know, we're going into it. And, Turkey, Black Lightning, Vinsmoke, favourite anime reviewer? Well, considering that, like, Netherworld was the first one that I, like, watched, like, I used to watch him, I used to, like, you know, like, Game Manic, like, back in the day, and those are the ones that kind of, like, inspired me to do it. I think I remember saying this once in a very old video. I used to watch those guys, but then, like, you know, you could be saying the same about, like, you know, like, when I, like, back in the day, and all the first people I talked to was, like, Anime Hero, and, like, all those people like that. That was some fucking fun times. I remember doing that bridge that we did was fucking hilarious. Like, that was a ridiculous. It was so bad, though. It was so bad, but I loved it. And then, you know, obviously being me into the Green Clan, and I, like, you know, everyone in Green Clan as well. Like, I used to take, like, advice and tips from, you know, from them, from, you know, from Lunar Spiral, like, from, like, Zora Fanboy, Anime Blaze, like, so many people. I mean, we had one, like, bad iteration and all that. I mean, one salty guy got upset, and, well, hey, look at him now. The only way he can get views now is by actually tricking people into thinking that he's putting up the Walking Dead episode, so, you know, GG here there, mate. But, you know, same thing as when I got, like, James Hansen and the old group like that, Jesus Christ, you know, like, you know, that, like, wasted potential, I don't know what the fuck you mean by that, but it's like, you know, stuff like that, it's just like, yeah, it's crazy, but, like, so many people have inspired me to get from this far, and, you know, even the good and the bad, it's like, you know, and probably my favourite, I mean, I'd probably give it to Hero. Like, Hero always makes me laugh in his videos, and he's recommended me some good stuff recently, so definitely gotta give him praise and all that for Kanika, man. I'm loving that stuff, it's fucking hilarious. I will give special shout-outs, though, to Mother's Basement. I love that stuff. I'm so glad he, like, blew up and all that. He deserves it, he's fucking hilarious. And the same also can be given as well to one of the most underrated people in the world that you need to subscribe to, and it's Fine Game Bitches, like that. That show is fucking hilarious. Oh my god, I have not laughed so hard in my life when he does his fucking anime, like, reviews of, like, Sekirei and stuff like that. It's amazing. You should just watch it. But that's all it is, and thank you very much for watching as always, and I'm gonna go and try and answer these things in the description, but thank you very much for watching as always. It means a lot to me, guys. You guys are fantastic, but I'll see you beautiful bastards though next time.